What is up, little Call of Duty Pound Stars? This is Fabi here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of the I'm Golden series. And actually, first of all, let me tell you, please go ahead and use the spot on Village. It's really a great one. It usually works for about 2 kills in at the start of a match, and you know, 2 kills is better than nothing. It will help you out with your streak. It's just great, a great spot. And if you just learned it now, please go ahead and leave a like. And if you're going to enjoy this video, also leave a like. If you have a huge penis, a huge cock, leave a like as well, and favorite this video if you want to, or if you feel the need to. It definitely helps me out, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But let's go to the G36C, and this gun is just a badass in MW3 free. I liked it all the way in COD 4. It was a great weapon. You know, the elite description of this weapon says it's the best. It's an all-purpose gun. It's really good at pretty much every single range. It's okay at close range, I find it sometimes, and it's pretty good at long range. I like it a lot. I really like using this gun. It's probably one of my favorite assault rifles in MW3 free. I really think that they did a great job with balancing this one out and all that good stuff. You know, it has pretty high damage, pretty low recoil, and although the recoil pretty much kicks, it does not kick like randomly. It mostly kicks up top, like it goes how should I say this, it does not go to the left or to the right, just upwards, and that's really controllable. And I really like this weapon. I have to admit, I really use the weapon quite a lot, and it looks really badass in with the Golden Camouflage. But something bad about this weapon that I have to point out is the fact that the iron sights on this bad boy are really bad and are pretty obtrusive. You know, in COD 4, you could have gone away with it, you know, but in MW3 free, I find that with the iron sights, I just cannot, you know, stick to my target, and it's really frustrating. But with the red dot sight attachments, it's really great, and that's what I recommend you guys to use. And as your proficiency, you know, I would say go ahead and use kick. If you don't use kick, I don't like this weapon because it has a pretty weird recoil, but with kick is really manageable, and I can really use it as a automatic firing weapon. While when I don't use kick, I kind of seem to use it like a 3-round burst because the recoil seems to be pretty stupid at long range. But so I would recommend you guys kick. And the red side and the kick are probably the best combination on this weapon. I also like using silencer, but if I'm going to use silencer, I'd either need to give away the kick proficiency or the red dot sight attachments, and these two things are really needed on this weapon. And I don't know, I don't like using the silencer that much at all, to be honest. I mean, it'd be good, but if I wouldn't have to give away the kick proficiency, would really help me out. So I would just recommend you guys to stick with the red dot sight and kick. But if you guys found something out that's really cool about this weapon, or a combination that really works out, please go ahead and tell me. I will definitely go ahead and check it out and give you some shout outs if it's really nice. And I also want to say what kind of perks I like to use on this weapon. With this weapon, I usually go for pretty high scoring games and pretty high kill streaks. So that means I kind of want to use Scavenger, even though in MW3 free, Scavenger is not as useful as in Black Ops or as in MW3 2. It's still good for the extra ammo and for the weapon pickup, and I mean, for the ammo pickup, but I also like the reload animation, and I don't really want to slow that down with sleight of hand, so I really like to see the reload animation in real time. And I know this is pretty stupid, sounds pretty weirdish, but I mean, it's really nice. I like looking at that. So as your second perk, go ahead and use Hardline, because I've talked about this. I like to go for high streaks with this weapon, and Hardline really helps me out. You know, you don't really need quick draw, as I like to take my distance with this weapon. You know, mid-range engagements are probably the best ones for this weapon. And as your third perk, really everything you can use, it's great on this weapon. You play free-for-all, go ahead and use that silence. You play normal team deathmatch or things like that, you know, close quarters game, go ahead and use steady aim. You know, you play something like on a huge map like Black Box, go ahead and use the marksman third perk. But as your secondary, you know, use something that's pretty good at close range. You don't need something like the MP9, which is good at medium to long range, because the G36C is just gonna do the job great at that kind of distance. So I just use the Pythons, or whatever they're called in MW3 free, like the 44 Magnums, the Akimbo, because I like using steady aim. And when I use steady aim, I usually go with Akimbo, pistols, I don't like akimbo machine pistols, but only pistols. So that's kind of what I like to roll with, and because I said that I like to go with or for high streaks, I'm of course using the assault strike package, and I'm using the attack helicopter, the I think it's the Pavlo and the Juggernaut suit, and it's a really good combination. I would really recommend you guys to check it out. You're definitely gonna find a lot of success with it, and it's not really hard to score high scoring games with this. Something that I don't like about this, or that I feel bad about, is that not a lot of people use this gun, and it really deserves a lot more usage or a lot more exposure if you want to. Although I'm not sure if exposure is the right word to use in this context, but let's say exposure for a lack of a better term. And I would really want to see this weapon everywhere on the ground, because it really is a great weapon. It can really give the ACR and all those weapons a run for their money, and I had a fun time using this gun overall, and the gun sound of it, I think it's much better and much more polished than in COD 4. You know, in COD 4 it seemed to be a poop shooting gun sound kind of thing, and Modern Warfare 3 seems to be much more refined. You know, I like how it sounds, and the gun sound really adds to a gun a lot, in my opinion, and that makes kind of a gun complete. You know, the FAMAS, I don't like the FAMAS because the sound of it is like crap, and yeah, but after I'm gonna use this, after I'm gonna finish this series, I'm definitely gonna use this weapon. And as for a score for this weapon, dude, 10 out of 10, there's no question about it. This weapon is just a badass, and it deserves to be used. But that's pretty much it, guys. Show you guys your support, like and favorite, subscribe, and peace out, guys. Peace.